over the weekend. Today's Monday. Talked to her the other day. And we talked about how he's doing, what he seems to like, what he don't seem to like. And he really likes to push cows around. That's when we get the most excitement out of him, the most expression. Just riding and loping around, he don't see a purpose in it. He don't care for it. We have been giving him the immune builder, and that did kind of open him up, brought some personality out in him. But the owner's goals had originally to be a timed event horse, and that's not what he wants to be. He really acts like he wants to be a using horse. We've used him to push cows around here, push cows out in the pasture, ride around out in the pasture, check fence, that kind of thing. So I talked to the owner, and that's the direction we're going to continue on with his training. So I need to get him better used to a rope. As a using horse, he needs to be okay with the rope. He needs to be okay roping a cow, needs to be okay pulling a cow. So I wanted to start today. Today is the first time, I believe, that he has ever seen a rope. So I'm introducing it to him on the ground first. He's a little bit more reactive than you saw what Rooster was. He starts to react. I'm going to keep swinging it until he gets still, and then I'll stop swinging it. Notice I'm holding the lead rope so he can't just leave. I don't want him to leave. I want to be able to bring his head back to me. And the other part of that is I don't want him to get to where he can turn his butt to kick at me, or really the rope even. I don't want him to kick at any of that. So I'm keeping that lead rope so that I can get his head turned towards me. At this point, I just want him to get used to the rope. Bouncing around, bumping on him, swinging around him, under his feet, over the saddle. I've done a good bit of work with him as far as riding him, using him to push cows around, so he's typically pretty broke in general, but this is all new to him. You see him looking at the rope, kind of bowing his back up just a little bit. I want to make sure that when I get on his back and start throwing the rope, I don't get any big reactions. I want to make sure that he's okay with the rope around his feet. At some point, I'm sure he will step on it, step through it, get it caught on his leg. I want to make sure that he's okay with all that. Also, the benefit of working their feet with the rope like this is it teaches them if they get their foot caught on something or hung up on something or something hung on their foot, that they don't just keep kicking at it and kicking and kicking and kicking and end up soring themselves up, cutting themselves. I've seen several horses that would stick their leg through a fence. The fence would end up right here in front of their hock, and they're just doing this all night long trying to kick that fence off of them and end up with bad wounds on the front of the hock that's really hard to heal, makes really nasty scars, really bad place for a wound. But it happens a lot because the horses aren't taught to not pull when they get their foot caught on something. I want him to learn that when he gets his foot caught, to just wait and I'll help him out. You notice I'm wrapping it around his leg. I'm more worried about this one. I'm gonna just keep petting his hip until he gets still. He's normally fine with picking up his feet. That's normally not an issue, but he's a little bit worried about what he knows is gonna come next. Now I want to put a little bit of pressure on it, pick it up, and hold it and put it down. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. So he learns, he waits on me, and I'll take the pressure away. It's just like if you're sacking out with a plastic bag or something like that, I'll take the pressure away. But he also learns that if he gets a rope caught on his leg, that I'll help him out with that too. That it's not going to stay stuck on him. And if he just wait, I'll get it off for him. There we go. Good boy. Now let's drag it behind his back legs a couple times and let's see how he takes that. Good boy. Let's do that again. Good boy. Good boy. Let's do that from the other side. Walk him up here and turn him around. You see, as I'm working him with this rope, he's getting more and more relaxed. His head's getting softer, his eyes getting softer. And that change really got drastic when I started working around the back legs. So I'm getting all this work done on the ground before I get in the saddle. You saw earlier when I started flinging it over my head, he got worried about it. Let's see what he does now. I don't have a loop built. I'm just going to go around and make noise. He seemed like he worried about the noise. Good boy. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's making a little bit of noise. And I'm intentionally bumping him with it when I stop it. He's worried about the noise, and it will hit him at some point going around. And I don't want him to get stressed out and worried above the noise. And then when it touches him, he's like, oh no, it got me, I'm going to die now. He needs to be used to that. He needs to be used to the noise. Needs to be used to it being over his head. Hitting him in the head. It is going to hit him in the head. I want him to be okay with it hitting him in the head. I want to be okay with it hitting him everywhere, because it is going to. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. It looks like what he worries about the most is it going around over his head. So now let's see how he acts if we drag it behind him. Drag it over here. I'm gonna get on the same side. If I was to start dragging it this way with the rope there and me leading him on this side, if he spooks at the rope, he's gonna spook into me. So what I wanna do, we'll start dragging it with the rope on the left. I mean the rope on the right, and I'm on his right. And if he worries about it, he's going to spook away from the rope and away from me, not towards me. I got the rope in my hand so that I can let go of it. Now right now, we turn right so it went further away from him. Going to make noise dragging on the mounting block. It's all okay. He needs to experience all of that. Now we're going to turn the other way so that it drags against him. Drags on his hip. He's walking a little faster now on his back legs. If he gets in a bind and just totally panics, I can just drop the rope. So now we added the pressure. Now we'll take away the pressure. All right, let's go again. Come on. And you notice I'm not tied onto the saddle. I've seen people just tie it on the saddle and turn them loose and let them run it out. It's a good way to ask for an injury. There we go. He's worried about it, but he's doing what I ask him to do. Take pressure away. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Let's go to the other side. Let's do the same thing on the other side. All right. Come on. Switch sides. A lot of times it's like starting all over again. Go across, and then we'll turn so that it drags behind him. There we go. And stop. Good boy. Good boy. See what happens when I call it up. He sees it move over there. Now that I've sacked him out to the rope, and he's used to it touching him, relatively comfortable with it. Not completely comfortable, but he's not panicking about it. Let's go ahead and put it on the saddle. Don't expect that's going to be any problem. It's typically not once you've done the groundwork ahead of time. Now if you get it out there and just clip it on the saddle and walk off, then that could be a problem. Now, and you notice I am always, whether I'm handling lead rope, reins, I'm always tossing it over them like that. Always. That prepares them for everything that's going to come later. Prepares them for this kind of work. Gets them broke. Treats him like he's broke. If you don't ever treat a horse like they're broke, they're never going to get broke. They always act like they're about to buck, run off, spook. Eventually they will. You're not helping the problem. You have to keep yourself safe, but you have to treat them like they're broke. If you don't ever treat them like they're broke, they never get broke. I was giving a lesson with somebody the other day, and I think one of the big takeaways with working with her and her horse was she just needs to ride him like it's a broke horse. And he is a broke horse, but she's been through all the initial rough stuff, bad stuff with him, and that's what she remembers, but he's not that horse anymore. For me. Now this is the first time I've been on him today. I came out and I started that groundwork with the rope. I'm going to walk him around just a minute. Make sure my steering's there, my stop is there. Everything that we're typically going to need. He's a lot more alert, more worried today about something. I don't know what. Let's walk. Let's walk. Might be looking at this rope up here, shying away from it a little bit. I don't know, but he was acting a little bit like that when I walked him out here. So now we've walked around a little bit. I'm never going to get this rope in a situation up here, especially with a green horse, where I can't get rid of it. So I'm always going to have it where I can throw it on the ground. New world up here, working the rope. Let's walk. If I got to, I'm just going to throw the rope down. He's a lot more reactive to it, basically starting over, than he was when I first started on the ground. We're going to keep working this. I might not get much further than this today from the saddle. I'm not going to push more than what I can accomplish. It's all about building his confidence. I worked rooster with the rope a while back, and that went really good. He's actually trying to steer away from the contact of the rope. He's worried about it. I'm going to have to do some more groundwork with him. For right now, I'm going to keep turning left. Let's go left. If we can just sit here and relax. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. All right, let's walk over here. Go forward. Let's turn right. I'm not going to get the rope way out to the side. See how he's trying to avoid it? He's trying to hide from it. I'm not going to get the rope way out to the side because I don't want him to feel like I'm got it out there to hit him with it. All right, let's walk forward. Stop a little bit again. All right, let's walk forward. Let's walk forward again. Forward again. All this is taking my time to get his confidence up. I haven't even started on his hip yet. I need to rub it back there. But I want to get his confidence up here. Let's go this way. Let's go forward now. Let's put this back. Let's get a little forward. Come on. There we go. Just want him walking his feet. I don't want him doing anything real hard. Just want him walking his feet. Need to walk. We need to go somewhere. Make a circle to the right. All this kind of stuff is just really slow, giving him time to relax, giving him time to understand. You can see his head go up when he gets stiff, and I can feel his body get stiff at the same time. There we go. I think that's probably a good place to quit for him for today. We'll keep working it with him. I'm sure he'll get better. I bet you he'll get better pretty quickly. So this is Bubba. I'll put a link up here to the other videos we've done of him on YouTube. Until next time, thank you for watching.